Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I started doing a spread here and I didn't record, so I'm going to go ahead and record now. This is about, the overall reading is about unique well-being. There's something that you have found a well-being this year that is all your own, something very unexpected. I feel like you might be surprised with how well you're doing, especially where you started at the beginning of the year. And I'm really getting that others around you are very surprised with how you have managed, how you have grown, how you have outlasted, have become so resilient. There's something about your past, something that happened that you really needed to heal from. And so you are a healer. Whether you consider yourself a healer, maybe that's not your profession, but by you embodying your own personal healing, you are a healer. There's something that you've been going through this year that has kept you a bit in your past energy. But as you've been healing, as you've been going within, you have been able to have a new way of seeing things, of realizing that whatever difficult energies, difficult times, I feel like that's lightly saying it lightly, that whatever you've gone through, it was to get you to a new heart space. So you could really learn how to love yourself. And by really knowing and embodying loving yourself, that you are resetting how you want others to love you, bringing in people who match and resonate at the truth of who you are. Feels like whatever happened that was needed, this healing to go within, has really cleared your heart space. Your heart space deals with you, what makes you individually and perfectly you. And there's some energy in the past, a distorted feminine energy, someone who might pretend to be spiritual, and they might have access to some type of spiritual energy, but they manifest from a really dark energy. And it feels like they wanted to leave you out in the cold. They wanted you to be destroyed. They wanted to decimate you. What I'm really getting is that this person has not done their healing. They have all this self-hate and anger towards themselves and a lack of worthiness and a great deal of competition energy. And so they don't see that they can, if they would heal and focus on what they want to bring in, that they're worthy of love. And the work that you've done this year, they have not done. And so instead they see other people as competition for what they want, that there's a limited amount of resources, there's a limited amount of connections, there's a limited amount of whatever it is that they took from you. They didn't just want to take it from you, they really wanted to leave you penniless, just decimated. So you couldn't get back up. I'm hearing that whole Rocky said, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you get hit and keep getting up, something like that. And so I don't feel that this person, this distorted feminine energy, doesn't have to be a female, someone who was manifesting from this distorted space, really wanted to leave you destroyed out in the cold so you couldn't come back. But that didn't happen. And they didn't get the emotional fulfillment that they wanted from this. They wanted some type of emotional fulfillment that they thought that you had access to, that you had. So if they just could move you out of the way and step into that role, then they could have that. But it did not work out that way. They didn't find the emotional fulfillment. It feels like they're they don't get that. I mean, how they saw things happening and their perspective was that you have access to some type of resources, some type of abundance that they want. It feels like emotional abundance that they perceived that you had. And so all they need to do is move you out of the way and step in, and then they can assume your role. And that did not work out that way at all. In present time, you are in the energy of dragonfly illusion. You know who you really are. Yes. In present time, collective, you really know who you really are. You really know who you really are. I think this year and going through this healing and learning how to love yourself, you're understanding what is your unique well-being compared to you know your energy, you know others' energies. There's something about really stepping into being that you're transformed. That dragonfly is real transformative energy, and you've learned how to transform into what you would prefer. That you have let go of any type of burdens. Released any type of burdens, ended a cycle that kept you weighed down, exhausted. Feels like in the past, energies here, whatever this was about, was very hurtful and painful. And you know who you are now. You know that it feels like you're learning or have learned how to not take it personally, that this energy and any energy in this mode is not because of you. You're not going to carry the burden of what someone, painful behaviors that someone did towards you. That these energies they lack maturity. They feel very immature. They feel like they're impulsive, reckless. And that you're finding balance. You are a very giving person, very giving, very caring. And I feel like you're now learning more discernment, that you're not going to give to energies who don't appreciate what you have, because that's kind of wasting energy, wasting your energy, wasting your time. You're realizing who you give and share a lot with, because you have so much to give, will also give back because you are valuable as well. That feels much more balanced. You're feeling much more stable. Feels like you've healed so much from this that I don't feel that you've ever been this stable. By staying in energies when you weren't moving away from people who were toxic and connections that were unhealthy, it was blocking you from having this transformation, blocking you from being who you really are, blocking you from having a rebirth, blocking you from being a star. There's something about your energy. I feel like that's why this distorted feminine wanted to be you. Felt like the only reason you were you is because of the stage you were on, instead of realizing that I'm the star. It doesn't matter what stage I'm on, what place I'm in, I carry that light within me. So it feels like they thought that by removing you from, there's something about casting themselves in your role, and they would be the star, but that's not how it's panning out at all. Feels very disappointing for them, which, hopefully they can learn from this lesson and move on, because you are moving forward. You know who you are. You know how much you have to offer. You're also receiving from others. You're no longer wanting to be around anyone whose energy burdens you, who's immature and can't see or appreciate your light. And you are just, the bookends of where you are right now is you just keep moving up. Very powerful. All right. In the center of your reading is the owl, omen. Pay attention to signs. There might be some subtle signs happening right now. Paying attention to synchronicities. Your dreams. Some of you are really focused on clock numbers. Maybe you're noticing repetitive numbers a lot. Maybe you're noticing mirrored numbers like 727, 939, mirrored. There's something about it, feels like the universe is really playing with you and wanting to validate you and send you little synchronicities and signs to let you know that all is well, that you are guided. There's something about being in tune with your emotions, not running away from your emotions, but allowing yourself to feel, tuning in a couple times every day at least to, like, how am I feeling right now? Not how do I want to feel? What am I resisting feeling? Where am I right now? And allowing that to be right where you need to be. There's something about mastering your emotions, a surrendering. And this Queen of Cups, she is definitely surrendered to the emotions that are coming in. She's not trying to avoid them or ignore them or resist them. feel like this is your strength. I feel like some people, and maybe in the past, your emotions, you identified as your emotions instead of being a feeler of emotions, allowing them to move through you. Instead, maybe you in the past have mirrored or matched emotions. I am that emotion. I am depressed, instead of I am experiencing sadness. I'm experiencing, how you speak about your experience is very important. When you identify as I am, then you become that emotion. All right. Your challenge right now is ingenuity, monkey. The situation calls for adaptability and innovation. I'm also getting that for some of you, there might be this real wall to this toxic feminine energy that it's very destructive. This past year might have been embodied by more than just one person. This type of feminine energy that's in competition with you, who does not have your best at heart, who wants to see you fail. Maybe part of why this is coming up is because you are now able to see anywhere that you have held toxic feminine traits, where you don't believe in yourself. Maybe by having this toxic feminine trait manifest in the 3D world, it has allowed you to go within and really decide that you are worthy, that you are valuable, that you do love yourself, that you're not going to block your own blessings. And by embodying that, then it is not possible as well for others outside of you to block your blessings. And there's some type of adaptability, like you adapted to whatever difficulties came up, whatever anybody tried to do. I feel like people are blown away by how much you have been able to shift and find what does work. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So again, there's an end of a cycle. So much betrayal. So much betrayal has happened. And it's the end of the cycle. You're letting that go. I think on some level, you're starting to see, or you have seen, that if someone moves out of your life, that's a blessing, no matter how painful that might seem. And that others expressing betrayal towards you is really a symptom of their own inside suffering and pain. And so just moving away from that energy. Yeah, wow. So 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords in reverse. It really does feel like this distorted feminine energy was a third party, purposefully wanted to destroy you, hurt you. gosh, that takes so much. That takes someone who's really toxic, who's really, I don't get the feeling that you, at least one of, this could be several different people embodying this toxic, feminine, distorted energy in your life. However, this one that feels like they were the third party put you in a third party, they were the third party, and purposefully wanted to destroy you. It feels like to make themselves more powerful, wanting to purposely swipe your leg, purposely put 10 swords in your back. Because the more your light is dimmed, then they feel that it's not that they don't raise their own vibration. They just try to take other people's vibration down, so they're the brightest person, something like that. So your challenge is to let go of this heartbreak. Feels like you've healed a great deal from this. That you're not believing the lies. It feels like this person also, part of this is a lot of lies. They're really not that good at it. They think they're really good at it. They've gotten away with telling a lot of lies about you, a lot of lies about this situation. And they feel like, I've gotten away with it because nobody has called them out on it to their face. But the thing is, what I'm getting is that nobody believes them. Nobody is, they think because they've surrounded themselves with people who don't feel comfortable, because they are a pretty toxic person who is punishing and vengeful and spiteful and can do really cruel things, that they think because when they tell a lie and no one calls them out on it, because they're kind of scary and nobody sees it's worth the effort, they think that everybody believes what they've said. But instead, everyone's like, yeah, I know this person's a liar. I know they manipulate. I know they hurt other people around them. So this person has consciously surrounded themselves with yes men, yes women, people who are afraid to check them. And yeah, again, lies. Boy, so much lies, so much deceit. It's coming out. The people already feel like all along people have known what the truth of this situation is. And what I like about this is I feel like you know what the truth is, and that is a part of your radical self-love and loving yourself. Is I see what the truth is, and that's all that's important. I don't need to go out there and tell everybody the story, because this person is so vicious and cruel, and the people around them really, if they haven't seen this already, they know how they talk about things in private and how their story changes when you talk to them one-on-one versus when you're in a group, and how they discuss things. Those people can really see what this person is made of. And by acknowledging and knowing that you are moving on, anybody who is worthy of you knows the truth of this. It feels like anybody who has been a part of lying and deceit and trying to purposely block people's blessings, trying to purposely destroy people, they're definitely getting their karma. So let's see if there's any last messages from Spirit. Yeah, Nine of Swords in reverse. You're really dropping the anxiety. You're dropping the worry. You're moving on. Feel like a lot of you might be experiencing some really great sleep at night. That you've let this go and you're just sleeping, enjoying life as best you can, that you realize that you have come up, that you are a master at healing because you've learned how to heal from this. You've transformed. You're so giving, and now you are having a rebirth and realizing who is worthy of giving all your love and affection and energy and focus on. That you are mastering your emotions, that you are very intuitive and guided, that you have a very unique well-being about you, and nobody can steal your light. It's yours. Nobody can step into being you. Only you. You now, by clearing these energies, have created enough space so you can love yourself, so you can be the most you. And nobody can emulate you. You are important. You are necessary. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So, all right. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.